and got mated on h3. Wow. We can expect the kind of courage from the U.S. women's champion, and she showed it here and managed to win a very fine finish, at least. The game should have been balanced, but to the victor goes the spoils, and to the courageous go the victories. And there it is for Carissa. She won the match, and no playoff necessary.
Thank you, Maurice. And a little bit of an echo of yesterday, because it was a bishop move that would have led to a checkmate had she found it. And in this case, it was a bishop h3 checkmate.
Yeah, she was not going to miss a second opportunity.
That was a shocking denouement at the end.
Oops. Oh yeah, that was on there the whole time, huh? I'm so mad.
Yep. All right, I'm going to jump to Zoe Tang. Again, Zoe, for those joining us late, needs to win her game against Irina to tie the match. And Irina made a remarkable, well, bad idea of a self-inflicted wound. She had a knight.
Pretty savage thing to say.
Placed. I would have taken the bishop myself, centralized knight, but she made a decision which was really contrary to the rules of chess, which is she put her knight on the edge of the board, and essentially it's trapped.
She didn't make it out from a4. I see that in a couple of moves.
We were looking at knight d3, but knight f3. How can you not play knight f3? Because you're in your mind's eye, you're thinking,
dude's kind of a hater.
I've got to get my knight off the back rank. And by the way, maybe I can kick your rook while doing it. So rook d1, knight d2.
So Zoe allowed Irina's knight to come out, but
whoa. Oh, okay. I think she might have, if she could force the trade of rooks, I think this is an easy win.
But rook d5, right?
But rook d5.
Maybe she missed this.
Oh,
However,
okay.
even in the current position, it's not simple at all. I do think Irina improved her position, because knight on a4 was absolutely terrible.
Absolutely.
And now she has a very good bishop against somewhat passive knight.
Yeah.
But still uncomfortable position for Irina, down a pawn.
For sure. And by the way, as much as I would love to play the move g5 here, I'm a little bit concerned about rook c4. But let's pause ourselves and toss it to Maurice with guess.
Thanks, guys. We are with four-time U.S. champion Carissa Yip, who just defeated a four-time U.S. champion Anna Zatonsky. This was a tight game for quite some time. It was looking more or less equal-ish, a tight struggle. And then we got to this moment when you could have kept it equal, just play queen f6 and chilled. What prompted you to sacrifice the rook on e2?
Yeah, I mean, if I just moved my queen, I knew rook a1's coming, forcing the trade rooks. And then, I mean, I think black is pressing a little bit because, I don't know, my bishop's better than hers. But okay, obviously drawn. So spent a while here, and just like clock was a factor, of course. And I thought, I should always have a perpetual at least. So
Always nice to have in the pocket.
exactly. So why not just go for it?
You did. Indeed, went for it, got this position. It looks like there's always going to be a perpetual, so no problem there. It took a couple of moves that she played, and she got aggressive with this rook. And the rook starts to leave the king side. You must have felt like you for sure were secure, and now you decided to go for this idea after repeating of g5.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I repeated, and, I was expecting king d1, king runs. I have nothing more than a perpetual. But I was like, king e1, it's a little inaccurate. So I spent like 20 minutes here. Yeah, I was calculating g5 immediately. And I want like takes, queen takes. But then with the king on e2, white has like some queen e3 ideas, that sort of thing. So
So you forced the king away
yeah,
first.
so I kind of figured out that if I checked, she was going to go to e1. So repeated once, play g5, give the check. If she went d1, then, I think, again, I have to go for a perpetual. But yeah, king e1, queen takes g5. Now there's no more queen e3. And
I don't even know what a
Yeah,
perpetual
maybe
Actually,
it's
if she
is.
plays king e2, it's still close-ish with the queen
I wonder what
e3
a
idea.
perpetual is.
yeah,
But
But it's so
your eyes must have perked up
unintuitive.
when you saw this.
queen d3.
Did you realize queen d8 was just losing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
clearly,
I
right?
realized
Yeah.
queen d8 was just losing. So, I mean, queen d3 looks like a natural move because white wants to generate some play. But
Gotta
yeah,
get
I
that
figured like my
play.
h pawn is just running.
I
and
always
rook on
gotta get
b8
some
is kind
play.
of out of the game.
Yes, indeed. And of course, she played this and allowed this mate.
Yeah, I think she just missed queen e3.
Yesterday, you missed bishop b4. Your bishop
Oh my
didn't do the
God.
job. But today, your bishop turned into a superstar. Either diagonal, bishop h3, or bishop to b3 would have been mate.
Right.
So a little poetic justice, at least.
Yeah, I definitely feel better after this game. Of course, actually, I just hate drawing games I should have won. I think I hate it more than losing games I should have drawn.
She's got a
So
good attitude.
yesterday's game will stick with me for a while. But
She's got
Let
a
it go.
winning
Time
attitude.
to
Oh,
move
that's
on.
your advice?
You already,
Okay.
you already won the match.
Never
okay,
resign.
sure.
Let it
I'll,
go.
let- I'll,
Drawn.
I'll consider it.
Yeah, let it go. It's fine. We got to have short memories in chess.
She's a
There's
savage.
no reason. It's already over.
Ain't getting
By the
dead.
way, you're my pick to win it all. No pressure, but
Oh. Okay.
just Yasser likes to brag, and also
Okay.
Nazi over there likes to brag too.
Wait, who did everyone else pick? Who's here?
Yasser picked
Oh,
Arena, I
no.
think, and Nazi picked.
Okay, first game doesn't count.
Maurice, that's
First
like my
game.
favorite.
Oh
Shit,
my
this is the
goodness,
first
I'm
game
spending
back
all
since.
the love
Oh,
on the show.
first
Yasser,
game
did
on
you hear
stream.
that?
Man, I'm still
Listen,
bummed
sir.
about that 8-hour stream.
No,
That
you
was
only get
nuts,
one
and I
moment
didn't.
of glaze.
First
No,
time
Wesley
setting a
already
goal
gave
on
it
a.
to me, so on this
I let-
episode. So
I let my boy,
and for that,
secure
by
it
the way,
down.
well, actually, not for that, but for being the
He
first
was there.
winner
He
of
was
the day,
there. He was rooting me
Q
on.
Boutique as a gift.
He's like, dude, you're tired. Go to bed.
Alrighty.
Okay, there you go.
I was
Oh,
like,
this
all
is super
right.
cute.
I don't want to.
It's
Irene
Hall of
taking the
Fame
photo?
from the Hall of Fame. Mr. Hauska, Charles Hauska, is the one who designs these incredible chess boards.
Yeah,
and-
I've seen
and
his cats
artwork,
around.
And he's got
They're
some
cute.
skills. They're cute, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's your bag.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And I think, Tom, if you don't mind getting that an instant replay about Wesley saying I'm the favorite and now Carissa saying it. I need to email that to Yasser so when he goes to sleep he can just play it.
Oh,
you
it'll
know.
just be in his nightmares. Yeah, on constant loop.
The quality of my life has just gone.
Well, now you don't have to play anything else. You won the match. Well, at least your future match to come, not to have to suffer in the loser's bracket. And good luck,
Thank you so much.
guys.
Congratulations, Carissa. I mean, I'm telling you, the quality of my life has just gone. It's a good thing the internet's been down for the last 20 minutes.
No one's going to see that,
Nobody's
yes.
going to see
No.
this. We are going to
Let's
kill
take a
these
look
videos.
at our results so far in
Let's
the
do
women's
it.
section. So we have one win. It was by Carissa against Anna Zatonsky, and she moves on in the champions bracket. The other games are still going on, and actually, let's quickly jump to Zoe Tang against Irina Crush game because Zoe is winning.
Yeah, and this is a moment for her as she could play the move, and everybody
She's done it. Rook c4 is on
wants
the
to
board.
play this move, rook to c4, and the idea is as straightforward as you possibly can get. After rook takes, knight takes, bishop takes, yes, you're welcome to munch the pawn, But who has the most dangerous passer? White.
I'll start with 96 tempo move.
That's
You
a
can-
tempo on the bishop. The bishop would more or less have to choose which square, but let's say d5, and then it's just a run for the rosies.
Unstoppable pawn.
And as soon as we get to b7, black will have to give up
And
the bishop.
how many moves does it take for black king to attack the knight? Let's say king g8. 3 moves. It's too slow.
King
Wow.
g8,
It's one tempo.
b5, king f8. If it was black
If
to
it was already on
move,
e7. yeah.
Irina would be in business, but no, b7, and you must sacrifice. And this is where. Now the interesting part is, okay, if the king had gone to f5, she can't possibly no, because the knight on d6 stops. So what I was thinking, I was about to make some illegal
Yeah, but
moves.
it
b4.
takes away all the good squares from the king.
Precisely, b5, something like this, where I was trying to trade, like I'll provoke g3, I'll put my king on g4 and play g5. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Trying to trade all the pawns.
Yeah, and it would be a knight versus pawn, but no, not even close. Maurice, back to you.
Well, the wins are coming in fast and furious, and we have Sam Sevian here, who just defeated Lanier Dominguez. Sam, I mean, he's a quality player. It's a great win for you. How does it feel?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is my first win over him in classical. I had a lot of chances, but finally broke through today.
That's a big deal indeed. Tell us about a critical moment here in the opening we see.
Yeah, I mean, I prepared a kind of tricky line with this queen c2, and the problem for black is he has the bishop pair, but I have this super strong knight on e5, and his bishop on b6 is kind of stuck. So, I mean, he tried to simplify with this c6, c5, but then we get this opposite colored bishop position where it's really difficult for him to liquidate into an endgame. I spent a lot of time in this position because I could have taken on b6, which is kind of supernatural, and then he goes rook a8, and then I probably get an endgame with an extra pawn. But I thought it was much more difficult for black if I just keep the queens on the board and just shuffle, because eventually his king, I mean, if we just keep shuffling, I'll have a really strong attack.
That's super deep assessment there, because a lot of times people think the opposite color bishop is not going to do that. It's going to be drawish tendencies, but you understood that a slightly exposed king, his being slightly more exposed than yours, would be a factor.
Yeah, I prefer to play with queens on board with attacking chances than up a pawn in an endgame.
All right, you heard that first here, folks. Remember, keep that in mind. Don't just be greedy. Keep playing the position. Well, we saw it actually work to perfection a couple moves later when rooks, even a pair of rooks came off the board, and you were able to get this move in.
Right.
And my instinct was bishop c4.
Yeah.
Yasser and Nazi's instincts were also bishop c4, and your opponent played bishop
Yeah,
c4.
yeah.
You must have been smiling, though, when you saw this move, like
Yeah.
finally a chance to pounce.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time I figured that he wanted to put the bishop on c4 when he was playing with bishop d3. And the problem with this is after bishop d4, he's just cut off. Like, there's no defender. And even though he takes on f3, I have h4 and just a mating attack, basically.
That's exactly what transpired. In fact, the engine has a weird h3 as more accurate than h4. Obviously, the h-pawn is racing down the board as well, and then we get this beautiful finish reminiscent of a windmill. How often do you get a finish like this in chess at all, much less against a 2750 player like you?
I think the last time I had was when I was 11.
This trend
Very
continues.
satisfying win, plus you close out the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the less blitz tiebreaks we play in this tournament, the better.
Agreed. Well, fantastic game. Congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sam. Very, very nice. As we have results.
Yes, we do. In the open section, 3 games have finished. There were 2 draws between Livon and Awonder, Wesley and
I won.
Ray. But huge win for Sam Sevian against Dominguez, and he moves on to the champions bracket.
All right, I'll
2.
take it.
And
The
for
one
the
game
ladies,
is still going
Oh,
on.
and he
between
wants
Fabian
no,
and
dude. I'm sorry about that one.
I think Alice
Yeah,
has not
no.
yet
That's
clinched
mine.
the match, but when we left,
That
she
is mine.
had a winning position.
That's crazy.
Yes, I think we'll just jump right into one of the games.
Let's jump in. Yes.
And Irina Krush has resigned. Zoe Tang evens the score, evens the
We get
match.
2 in a
and
row.
They're going to have to play the Blitz playoff.
For Irina, she'll be less than
Nope.
happy about this because, again, she came into today needing only a draw to
She was
clinch
close.
and she came out of the opening very, very decently. She should not have played that knight to
Yeah.
d4, got her into trouble, and she lost the game. All right. And
Gonna
I
jump
wanted to say
into-
Rachel Lee,
Yes, that game is almost over. Alice Lee put in the final touches.
two extra pawns, and I'm looking at this king. Actually,
Ooh,
Rachel's
that-
king on h4, almost like a puzzle rush tactic. How to?
Yeah, I think after Alice's final move, Queen f5, we might see the resignation because she's offering the queen trade, and if you don't trade, you will get checkmated.
Exactly. There is
One check, but Queen
check,
f6.
check,
Queen f6.
check, check. Yes, exactly. Oops. So yeah, Queen f5 might force Rachel Lee to handshake.
Yeah, I think that's about it. And Alice so far seems like the most confident player,
Impressive.
most impressive. She's going to go into the next round with 2 wins. We have a move Queen a6 on the board and Queen
Mate.
h5, checkmate.
And there is the handshake and congratulations to Alice. As she explained in her confessional booth, she said that she had prepared this in the past, and the move knight takes d4
a
definitely
surprise.
surprised. And she was expecting bishop to g2, and it turned out to be a great game for her.
There's only 2 games left. Let's check in with Mishra and Fabi. They're
Okay.
playing that very drawish endgame with queen and knight and 2 pawns.
Let's just play a couple of moves and play catch
And
up.
Any other day, Mishra would be happy to make a draw against Fabiano, but not,
today. Okay, so what is the story here? If we play knight back to d5, I'm eyeballing e7, so don't allow checkmate. I'm attacking the pawn. I'm assuming you
push
play b3,
b3.
and I'll go g4, or something like this, I think. Or
It's actually an interesting endgame, very easy to blunder.
it feels that way. It's like kind of funny because you can't just offer a
Anytime
trade
there's
of
knights
queens.
on the board, forks are always available.
Like, yeah, but you, what is
and
this?
if you go really low,
Oh, B2.
on the clock. B2 still comes, yes.
My knight is not.
Mm-hmm.
The pawn is used as a decoy because the queen is overworked, and we've just seen.
Mishra played queen e4.
Okay, let me readjust my. And queen e4. So what just took place? Check.
Couple of checks,
Check.
and he came back. So we might see a
See
repetition.
king to
as
d7.
Fabi only needs a draw to move on to the next round.
Well, wait a minute. Is that so clear? No, king d7, knight c6.
Yeah.
Yeah, knight d3, knight c6. And okay.
Yeah, they're repeating now. At least twice it already happened.
And that looks.
We're going to see the handshake.
Is that twice
shortly.
or thrice? Yeah.
Fabi's claiming the draw.
Yeah.
Well, Mishra had a good chance today, but it was
He
not
truly did.
easy.
For those of you who are joining us
Played
late,
down a rook.
yeah, Mishra sacrificed a rook that turned out to be an exchange sacrifice, and a great game. But Maurice is with the guest.
Thanks, Yaz. I am with Zoe Tang after defeating 8-time U.S. Women's Champ Irina Krush. Is this your first victory against her?
No, actually, the first time I beat her was in the 2 years ago, the American Cup.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have been the first person to beat her until then, like in the American Cup specifically, classical.
Okay, so been there, done that, huh? And here you go again. Were you shocked? I mean, she needed a draw, yes, to
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
Were you shocked she decided to go give you a pawn here and go into this opposite color bishop ending?
I was kind of surprised actually. I thought I was miscalculating somewhere because obviously with back rank and stuff it looks a little bit risky. But I was like, what if I just grab the pawn? And I thought it would end up being fine.
And it did end up being fine. It was a straight pawn. Yasser was quite surprised that she just willingly went for this endgame after knight to e1. We understand it's opposite colored bishop, but it's a pass b pawn.
Yeah, I mean black does have a lot of compensation. Like I don't think this position should be winning, but yeah, it's nice for me to play.
It is better to be up the pawn than down the pawn. I'm going to jump ahead a bit to this moment, though, when you got the knight on a4 and got a chance to strand it over there. You must have been excited when you saw this development.
Yeah. This position I was quite happy. I was like, okay, the knight's on the edge of the board. I might be able to trap it later, and I was quite happy with this. I think actually a little bit previous, there might have been a moment where I think when she played bishop g6, yeah. Here I was thinking, what happens if just rook takes b2?
Rook takes b2.
And
That's what it
the
is,
line
too.
looked
That's not good.
complicated. I mean, I was looking at
Mic's always
bishop
off.
c3.
Oh, I
she
have
goes
to
bishop
take a break
b7.
real quick.
I
I
was
gotta
initially
go help
planning
my
rook c7
grandma.
here, but then
I'll
she
be
has
right
knight
back.
d5. So I guess you'd have to go rook f8.
I think the most difficult thing in chess is winning on demand.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's always nice when you do have these victories, but winning when you absolutely, absolutely have to is the hardest. I'm looking at this.
Yes, sir. We only have one game left.
And it's Tatev versus Anna. And
It's a
queen
queen
endings.
endgame.
And they are treacherous. They are notoriously difficult to navigate because so many of the rules that we have that guided us to these queen endings are suddenly out the door. So, for example, we'd love to be up material in normal positions. In queen endings, it's about who's got the most dangerous pawns. It's about who's got the perpetual pattern,
Because the
perpetual
king is
checking.
more covered up from the checks.
Exactly. Queen takes h7, check, and that was a bit of a
Yeah, I made a
surprise.
strange decision to take the c2 pawn instead of g3 pawn.
Right.
Well, maybe she thought that guaranteed her a draw because the queen is so much closer to the king, but turns out it's a bit trickier than that.
Let's have a look-see.
And Tata found the correct moves, and now when
Her
you move the
king
king,
is
let's
going-
say king g2,
Right.
Tata has e5,
So in Anna's mind, she's setting up
perpetuals.
perpetuals. So e5, as you just said, and I can't perpetual check you?
Turns out no, king b1. If you go queen d1, I have queen c1. If you go queen d3, I go king c1.
No more checks.
No more checks.
Buena's no check. And if I kind of linger and hang around and just
You have to drop back.
drop
I'll
back.
probably go queen e1.
Now you go queen e1. Your queen is nicely behind the pawn, and you force me to
Go to
take a
passive
passive.
position, yes.
If I could change the position of my king for a moment with my queen, I'd like my
Put
king.
the queen on g2, king on e6.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
the king as a blockader. I don't like the. Now you could potentially use your g pawn as a decoy.
Right, it's still not going to be easy to convert
No.
this, but Tatev has a very good chance of winning this endgame.
Well, we've seen a number of players now avoiding the playoffs. For example, Sam Sevian winning, Carissa winning what we thought was an even game, and maybe another for Tatev. She did play
She played the correct
e5.
move.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's calculated that there's no perpetual, and yeah, I'm sure she likes her chances here.
absolutely. Why not? Who has the more dangerous
They're both in
pawn?
time trouble. Less than 2 minutes for both of them, so still anything can happen. And we'll keep an eye on this, but let's check in with Maurice.
Thanks, guys. We are with Alice Lee after closing out her match 2-0. Alice, the opening was intriguing. Who surprised who?
I think I definitely surprised her first because she's an E4 player and she was probably expecting me to play the Petrov, which I've done in must-draw scenarios previously. But I played the Sicilian and she started thinking on move 2.
On move 2?
Yeah.
Why did you play Sicilian instead of going for your solid draw?
For this tournament, I'm actually just deciding my openings based on a wheel of openings. So I just spin the wheel and whichever opening it lands on, I play. So the wheel landed on Sicilian, so I play Sicilian.
That's a heck of a thing to do strategically for a tournament. What gave you that idea in the first place?
I actually did that last year in the American Cup against Tatev Abrahamian in the last game. I was I didn't know what to do to play for a win as black, and it gave me Caro-Kann, so I played Caro-Kann and I won, and so it seems to be pretty successful.
The new strategy, get
Yeah.
a wheel, huh? Okay, this is how they prepare these days. So you surprised her in the Sicilian. You got a good position pretty early on, and now on move 20, looked like you really started your attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely here I thought her dark squares are so weak, her king is so weak, and I seem to have a lot of play.
And so you continued with b5, and now she had to go full defensive, and you got everything going. And then came the critical moment right here when she played a3, and you said, time to finish this one off.
Yeah, I think she definitely missed b takes c4 because she spent a lot of time after that. And yeah, I just got discovered on the queen and is completely winning.
The position collapsed pretty quickly after that, and there you go, winning your piece back, and actually the position's completely shattered. It's good to win the match, close it out. In your previous experience, you won 2 of these before. Has it been that smooth? You win 2-0, get a chance to relax?
I don't think it's been that smooth. I think last year I won the first game. I was playing Nazi Paketsi, one of the commentators, and then she beat me in the next classical game, so I had to play the Blitz playoffs. So, and generally, I think maybe in 2023 I had a 2-0, but other than that, I usually don't.
Okay, well, good start, and we hope to see you continue your trend.
Yeah.
And not against Nazi, because she's working.
Yeah.
Against now. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maurice, and congratulations, Alice. We in the remaining game between Tatev and Anna, completely unbeknownst to the players, of course, Anna has played c5 and b5, and the computers were basically shouting that Tatev should put her queen on e3 and push the e6 pawn for all it's worth, and was saying win, win, win. And instead, she played g4, and now the computers are saying, you know what? Play g5 and win, win, win. Okay, but g5, it's funny because your next move can't be g6 and it can't be e6.
But what is black's next move?
Well, I'm sure Anna is playing for check and b4.
Okay, so let's go king b1.
Okay, and let's go b4.
Queen d2 check.
So
Just
just to be clear, I think I'm threatening somehow perpetual checks now, or
She's gone for b4 immediately without the check.
immediately. Okay,
I don't think that makes a big difference.
you're gonna have to play AB anyway, right?
I can give you a check always, but yeah, probably have to take a
Okay.
against b.
Let's say, and again, I'm gonna
Queen
channel
B3, right?
my inner Anna, yeah, and
King b1.
King B1, correct? Yeah, and then
Wait, so if you go queen d3 check here, and on king c1 a3, how does white avoid checks? Because you don't have queen d2.
that is true.
Something you had earlier. Now I have a pass pawn.
Do I take and somehow run with my king up the board?
Yeah, we see the eval bar saying white is completely winning, but it's not that obvious.
And not intuitively obvious. We're going to keep an eye on this one as we toss it back to Maurice, who's with Fabiano.
Yes, you know, I'm standing here, and I really want Fabi to get a chance to go and relax. You're going to relax anyway, so you can hang out with us. It's all right. But plus, Tatev is playing, and she played an opening move, D3, that we've seen you play, we've seen Levon play. Give us some intel before we get to your game.
D3, well, I'm trying to popularize this move, so I'm...
Oh, even more so. So
Yeah.
you pass it on to all your friends.
Anyone. Anyone in the world who wants to learn.
So what's the big deal behind this D3 move?
Oh, well,
Matter of fact, let's make sure the fans can see what we're talking about if they came late. Let me get to the game and go all the way back to this D3 on move 2. Give us a lesson.
yeah, I think
on
I've
this.
played close to 30 games by now with this.
in Blitz, I imagine.
Pretty much entirely blitz, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe one rapid game, but yeah, entirely blitz.
So what's the value of the move D3?
It has some points. Like if knight f6, then you can play f4. It's a bit unusual. And-
Unusual good or unusual just weird?
Well, it's equal. Everything's equal, but it's playable. I mean,
Okay.
and then if this, I've played like many games with g4, so this is kind of the main point.
Even though the engine says it doesn't look so good, but you don't trust the engine.
Well, I played in blitz, so it's it's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad line. You know, it has some unique ideas behind it. I played it against Magnus in the Blitz World Championship. I played probably like 5 or 6 games in the Blitz World Championship with it. So
Overall results?
overall positive, like 80% or so.
80. How'd you do against Magnus?
I lost that game. But people are starting to prepare for it, unfortunately. So I played against Wesley in the American Cup Blitz. He was prepared for it. You were watching that game. That was how it started. Yeah, just trying to popularize my move, which is actually, I mean, Levon is the one who deserves credit for it, but I was the one who started to analyze it after he played it he played it against me. So I think it was like 2 years ago.
So what are we going to call it? The Caruana-Aronian line or the Aronian-Caruana line?
Neither really rolls off the tongue, does it?
Well, you got to come up with a name for it. I mean, if you're going to invent something, then you need some kind of Frankenstein, Dracula variation or something.
I'll come up with something.
Something, yeah, that we could call it. Let's actually jump to the current position because I think it's kind of unfair to the ladies that we just ignore this finish that's going on. And I'm seeing this very exciting looking, wild looking position, but Engine's just saying this is over.
I don't think it's over. I mean, clearly she has to take. I guess she did.
She did?
So queen takes is going to be played. I mean, and probably the king goes to c2, but it is a question. And like my main question is, what about c takes b4? Like, you trade the queens by force, queen d2, and then queen c1 or queen d3. So this is very important, which I'm sure that she'll find. But this is a tough. I mean, one move wins, and it's not easy, especially with low time. I would guess there could easily be some mistakes.
Queen ending, and also your king has to run. There's queen a2 here. There's queen a4. Different moves to play.
Yeah, first you need to see this c before queen d2. Otherwise, why are you putting your king on c2?
Right.
Otherwise, it just runs into more checks. But what
Let's
did
get to the live
king
board.
d1?
She played king d1, and as you predicted, definitely not an easy position to play. And now she has to find the only move, which is to take the pawn. And this pawn becomes just much a threat as the e pawn and the g pawn.
Now it's hard to say what will happen. I mean, of course, white can always give perpetual, but
Sorry, we're still at king d1.
yeah, I don't think that I mean, she'll probably take. Why wouldn't you?
Let's get a view of the players instead of us, because this is such a dramatic moment, and Fabi's being kind enough to hang out and look at it with us. Time on the clock, queens on the board. This has to be the worst kind of position for a chess player. Queens on the board with very little time.
Very, very tough to play. Even with time in general, these queen endings are very tough. In a time scramble, basically you just kind of wait for the blunder from one side or another because it's going to come. It's kind of inevitable.
Like queen d3 check here, for example.
Well, then there's queen d2.
Then drops queen d2, and then you're gone
but
already.
I don't suspect that will happen. But the thing is, like, she's going to get low on time. She probably sees nothing wrong with cb4, but she probably also sees nothing wrong with giving a check. And then okay, but she plays cb. And now white cannot trade queens by force, but she might try with like queens. The queen c1. The problem is I think queen f3. Yeah, this because other squares run into some queen trades. So she might just push, but to be honest, it's not like white is really ahead in the race. Maybe slightly.
And she
Okay, she gets
started with a check.
Yeah, the check.
Queen g4.
The check is just a check to gain some time, I think.
But it turns out king h2 is the absolutely only move right now, because you might end up trading queens Well, actually, it's just giving the queen the d4 square is the thing you don't want.
Yeah, it controls a1, which is, yeah, it looks like a good square.
Whoa, and she played king h1, which the engine thinks is not good.
And now you go to e4, and then
right.
it's also as good as d4, it turns out.
Exactly, but will she find it? Centralize your queen, though. It seems like the strong players know you got to put your queen to center in endgames.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, this position, it's very logical what she did because she gets out of the way of, like, if white promotes, it's not a check.
Right.
So now she pushes, and yeah, you also feel like maybe you could lose this to white. That's the issue with low time.
She has centralized the queen, got the right direction there, and we expect to see king h2, the seconds ticking down.
I feel like she doesn't, by her expression, she doesn't look happy. She probably feels like she spoiled it.
She who? She Tatev.
Yeah.
We know she's one of your great friends. You've known her for a long, long time. So you can tell better than we can. To me, this looks like a dramatic moment. Did she put her king back to g1?
Because now g6 comes with check. So that actually probably gives white a bit more confidence to push the pawn, because now I can never lose. Now my pawn is going with check. So at least you see, like, the computer is now thinking maybe, okay, don't repeat, just play g6.
35 seconds ticking down.
It's very human to want to avoid checks. That's the reason why she might start giving more checks. Oh,
and
she goes for
g6
it.
on the board. By the way, just to producer, I don't know if you can also bring in Yasser and Nazi. I know they're excited. They might want to say some words as well. We're all jumping in. They left? No, certainly they didn't. But anybody, if you guys want to say some comments, bring it in. We're all having some fun.
You and Fabi have been doing fabulous
I think
work.
King G1 was a really impractical move.
And
from Anna.
Nasi and I are just enjoying
the
the
H2 square
commentary.
is better. It doesn't run into. I mean, it was losing either way.
Yes.
But from a practical point of view, I think that this made Tatev's job much easier.
King G1 definitely made, and now you have to look for your checks in such a way that there's no counter queen check as well. And now she's just advanced.
Okay, but this now after G7, you have to have. You also blocked a lot of your checks. Okay, I mean, I don't think she's going to play Queen D4. You play G7 automatically here. I can't imagine you play Queen D4 here.
G7 looks extreme.
Although Queen D4 gets rid of the check, which is nice. And then after the king goes to the side, I actually threatened the queen with check because I play Queen H4.
Yes.
So B2, Queen H4. That's game over. So Queen D4 is logical, and the same with King F1, then G7, and then Queen F4. And
you're forced. Good geometrics with the queen. She has indeed pushed the pawn right away. She sees no reason
very, very logical.
not to. So we got that in. And a check on A1, and she's praying that a mistake is made here. The only mistake you can make is Queen B1, it turns out. Any king move is good.
Not a likely mistake.
No, but with only 36 seconds and ticking down, and this is the kind of situation you'd like to just have one move instead of having two, because you might start thinking, which one should I play, instead of just play the move already.
I think King D2 is more logical. Yeah, she
has played it.
So now, if Queen B2, where she's going probably B2, yeah.
Yep.
Because she wanted to stop King C3, which was normal. So the king just runs up. King D3, King D4, King C5, and that's that.
And your massive point about the king being on G1 facilitating the advance of the G pawn. If we're on H2 right now, there'd be a lot for white to calculate.
Yeah. For example, like if the king were on H2, then in this position, I could just play this
trade queens
and go to a different pawn.
Exactly, different fight. But instead, the king on the very suspicious square, and now there goes the white king galloping up the board, looking for the shelter in front of the pawns, and this is looking pretty dominant. And I think she's going to look a while and not really find anything here. She just looks, just looks completely lost. I mean, how do you get back to the diagonal itself? Maybe if there was some way to get on the diagonal, you could try to fight.
I mean, I think you probably want to give a check from D2 because at least here you have Queen A5, but you can probably just play King C4 here, and then like the queen has to go. It gets blocked by its own pawn. I mean, I can even take the pawn now.
Right.
So she played Queen C2, King D4,
and we have this, and they're starting to gain some time on the clock. While they do this, I just broadly we can talk about your game. against Abimanyu as well. He surprised you in the opening. B4 was very enterprising.
Yeah, H3. I just don't know this move. I have to admit. It's a new thing. I didn't know it. I was basically trying to recall some prep I did in the match against Magnus, but that was 8 years ago. And basically, there's a very similar line where black can play CB4, A3, B3.
I'm just keeping an eye on this game. Sorry, nothing dramatic is happening.
And like we get a similar position to the game, but instead of the rookie one, there's a pawn H3. And from my memory back then, it was okay for black. But I was just going based off like a similar position I'd analyzed 8 years ago. So it was probably a bit silly.
Yeah, he played very confidently as well in the opening. It looked like pure prep, just going all the way through.
Yeah, H3 I really was not happy to see. I have to say, because I kind of have like some knowledge about the types of positions you can get, and after H3, all the types of positions that I could get weren't really positional. Like they weren't very, they didn't seem very nice to me. So that's why I spent so much time and ended up getting a poor position.
All right, we see Queen D2 check here on the board, and with only 24 seconds and ticking down, there are no bad moves for white, and she just needs to play
King
logical
C4
moves.
is practical.
And King C4 is practical, and now Queen to G5 played. And that's an attempt to somehow take the pawn.
So, yeah, E6, E7 I think is a tough decision.
That's the engine's first choice, to play E6 and then E7. Why do you think it's so tough here?
Well, it's
calling me
not
when I
very
stream.
intuitive. Like you have a pawn on G7, and now you're giving that one up and putting a pawn. I mean, the good news for white is that like this type of position is winning. Like the E pawn is a very favorable pawn in these queen end games.
And I'm
The
so
only thing is
lucky
all
that
these
he didn't
checks
see my.
that start. Even
He
as you
didn't
mentioned,
see me hang
the
my
ending
queen
wins, and
either.
she has decided to
Surprised I
capture the
took that
pawn
so well. And he
immediately.
resigned. He doesn't even
And it
realize
is a
how much
technical
he
win,
deserved to win
but
that. He or she.
It's one of those that's
Well,
not as easy.
I did not deserve that.
The queen being in the middle of the board is fantastic, of course. So
Alright,
that
I'll
does
take it though,
help.
you know.
And she doesn't have an immediate check on B7, for example. She does have
I'll
queen
make sure my
G3
mic
check.
is
You can
on,
start
because that's
with
what
that.
I've been.
She
That's
also has
the
something
running
like
joke
queen
today. Is his mic
E7.
on?
I think she's going to play queen E7. It's the best move. Because at least you put the onus on. I mean, queen G3 is one check. I can go to A4 or, yeah, just A4. It's one check.
Right.
And then my pawn will advance. And then if you blockade it on E8, that's clearly a much worse situation for black.
But positions like this are notorious for suddenly just flipping in the evaluation, no?
Yeah, I think the issue for white is that after queen E7, you have to get your king into the game to win. So you have to start moving your king forward. And then you open yourself up to checks.
Yes.
So psychologically, it's a bit annoying.
Because the queen, the only way to eject the queen from E7 is to put a queen on F7 or D7 if you're going to do it with your queen. Oh no, she has played this mistake
this makes
to
her life
our
a lot
eyes.
easier.
Because now she can't stop the move E7 and she's going to have to blockade on the E8 square. This was
Got him.
quite a mistake
Yes.
not playing queen E7.
I don't understand king C4 at all. I mean, king A4 had no checks. There was no downside to it. But
Got
I
him.
think they're probably getting a bit dizzy with all the, I mean, it's been a long game and they're in time trouble, so.
These are the worst.
Yeah, that one felt
Queen
good.
endings
That
are
one
the
felt
worst
good. I'm so
in-time
glad he
versus.
moved that night.
Tough situation, but I think
Because
king
that
C4
was
really made her life,
crucial.
because here there were no checks, and then the pawn goes to E7.
And then the pawn goes to
Yeah.
E7, and that's it.
She probably just didn't see that square. She was thinking along the lines of king C4, but she's going up, so that's good.
Yeah.
Where's she going to hide? She can't hide in front of the pawn, can she?
Yeah, you can.
Oh
Like
man.
the E7 pawn with the king in front of it is just winning. in
Oh,
general.
when you land on G7, king D4. I mean, king D6 can be played.
Yeah. I mean, what were you thinking here? Like queen B7, I guess, king E5, queen G7, king D6, or F6. Like you hide one side or the other.
You had
And
one side or the other, you're right. You are true, sir.
the E pawn is notoriously
The perfect pawn.
yeah. It's
Yeah, the E
the
and
central
D pawn
pawns
are
are
the
the best
central
ones. Yeah.
pawns.
As you
Well,
get to the
got
side,
him
it gets
again.
a bit worse
Got him again.
for the winning side. Okay,
And
queen D.
in the circle. Well. We got some technical issues here.
Yeah, this is not so easy anymore. This is the circle. But luckily you have king f3, so the circle is blocked by the king.
And now we're being told that king f4 is the key move, and she has played it. King f4, but that doesn't answer our circle problem, does it?
No, but this is the circle ends here because there's no queen h1.
That's cute.
Or maybe you can just play king f3 immediately. Probably also good.
Well, then queen h1, and then
queen h1, king e3, queen h3, king d4.
and then you're able to get to
Queen
hide,
h8,
slide back up.
and then I play queen e5, I guess.
Okay, it's still complex, and they've gotten a lot more time on the clock as a result of all these checks. But I'm pretty much fixated on this game, as I really want to talk about your game. But this is just
It's fine. My game's over.
I'm glad that you feel that way, and I'm also very grateful. We're grateful that you're staying with us and watching all this drama unfold, because we know it's razor's edge right now. The match is tied. A win sends Tatev through to the champions bracket. So this is a crucial game. And what do you know about two Armenians? Are they good friends, actually?
They're friends, yeah.
They're friends. Okay. They come all the way from Armenia to America and have to play in big events like this one against each other.
Yeah, I mean, Tatev has been living in the U.S.
Oh, yeah, of course.
For over 20 years.
For
yeah.
long.
But
long
Anna,
time.
she graduated, I think she graduated university and transferred quite, no, I mean, the last year's championship was her first one, right? Where she got the silver.
Yeah, she did really well. Yeah. So this is a big time battle, just absolutely huge struggle. Talking about Abhimanyu, just keep going while they figure things out. There was that position when the rook was, you took the rook. You just sacked 2 pawns and grabbed the rook. Were you worried about him trading on g7, not trading on g7, but keeping his bishop on the board?
Yeah, I was. I mean, in general, I was worried about both the position he went for, but I thought maybe it's not so bad. And yeah, I was worried that there were some alternatives along the way. Although I thought that like what he did is just so logical, it's hard not to go for it. It looks like a good position. It's straightforward. Like somehow you kind of meet the point of resistance in a game when you don't like what you're going for. And then if he didn't like what he was going for, then he would probably look for some alternatives that would be very good. But because he liked what he was going for, he didn't. I mean, he went for it like basically instantly, right? He didn't think along the way too much. And I was just tanking. At some point, I thought I just need to make a decision, a choice of evils. I mean, either positional evils or tactical ones. But
so you're pretty happy you got out of that one alive, basically.
Yeah, of course. I was very concerned during the game.
Well, that was certainly a rich battle, and you move on from here. And now we see Queen H1, and that one. Like you mentioned the wheel, but
so
after King E3.
But now the queen goes to E5. This, I think, is the crucial. Or, you can actually just hide on D3. And if Queen H3, King C4. So
no, Queen H3, Queen E3.
Oh, sorry. Even
yeah, that ends it.
Yeah, so actually, yeah, also Queen D8, Queen D4. So she's going to H6. But after King D3, you're out of checks, and the pawn advances. And this is not
There's going to be a new set of checks coming, but at least the pawns
on E7.
On E7. We did all this turning around the entire chessboard just to be able to push the pawn 1 square. These darn queen endings are extremely annoying, but this is what you got to do if you want to win the game.
There are some things like, let's say you go.
She has to play King
D3. King D3. Now she'll probably put. I mean, what else can you do? You put the queen behind the pawn, or maybe she'll make some move like Queen F6 and then.
No, Queen F6, Queen D4.
Oh yeah, also. Okay.
She's in.
There's nowhere to hide, so you put the queen behind the pawn. That's the only.
So Queen F8 might be the most sad move to play.
Yeah, you get this position.
Ugh.
And then a move like King E3 is quite sad, I have to say. You can't.
I like it. That's
you
a
can't
key
give checks,
move.
and then if you wherever you go, I'm just going to F8.
That is nice. Great geometrics. Beautiful move. King E3. That would be saucy to finish off a game.
I think this is entirely in her hands now to win. With
you remember when the king played King D3 many moons ago?
Yeah.
Maybe King D3 walked up the whole board, took the B pawn, trekked all the way up the board, came back around to D3, finally to be able to advance your pawn 1 square, which, by the way, she could have advanced a long time ago.
Yeah, it would have made her life easier, but she got there in the end. King H2. Okay, so she wants to, after E7, give some checks.
No, but you just trade queens now. Queen E2, Queen D1, Queen D2. Game over. That was
and she saw it quickly. So
yeah, and she saw it. That's it. And
yeah.
she's smiling. She knows it. That's it. A terrific fight. And Tatev has won the game indeed. Well, that was absolutely amazing struggle and made better by you being here. Let's just jump to your game really quickly. I just had a couple of critical moments. I see not only active games. If I can only find your game. Here we go. Okay, so the moment we were talking about, as we go to the game, was this rich moment back here when Bishop G7 was played. We did a lot of analysis right here. You grab the rook, he took on H6, and he could just, I say just, Bishop G5, Bishop F4. What would be your instinct seeing a move like that?
okay, Bishop F4 is a crazy move. I mean, like Bishop G5 is logical because you threaten D6.
Right.
Bishop F4 is just absurd.
Yeah.
I just play Knight A5 and now you're down a rook. Okay, you have 3 pawns, I understand, but you're down a rook.
Yes.
Like that it's so bad is kind of shocking. I mean, Bishop G5, here I understand why it's so bad. It's just, D6 is coming and yeah, I mean, I can't play F6 because there's DC.
D6,
and,
yeah.
So I have to get out of the way. I don't know which square I would pick. Maybe this one. I would definitely go for this. And very tough not to take the knight, I have to say. But taking the knight also looks like a pretty nasty position. But okay, it's not trivial.
Right.
Okay, you have 2 pawns for the exchange. I can take one back, and it's definitely not a trivial calculation.
This is not
so I understand why he went for what he went. It also looks great. I thought that rook E1. This is what we talked about after the game, and then E5. We were discussing this, and this position scared me so much. But maybe it's okay.
Yeah, the engine doesn't get scared by much unless it's deep.
But here I was not too. I mean, I was still worried, but I wasn't overly worried. I thought I should find my way out of this one.
And you did, in fact. Then it just petered out. Well, no need for more questions. You did more than enough work. Earned your pay today, which is nothing for a commentary. But anyway, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, Fabi. Get your rest, and congratulations on moving on to the championship bracket.
Thank you very much.
Guys?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Fabi, for sharing those insights on that very dramatic queen ending. Fewer playoffs than I expected, Nasi.
It's a good thing you didn't actually make the bet. Let's have a look. Who's in the playoffs?
I thought there might be 4 playoffs. Let's take a look. Oh, we don't have it yet.
But we know that it's 3 matches.
Yes.
In the open section, it's Livon and Awonder,
Yep.
Wesley and Ray,
Yep.
and that's it.
No, and then in the open, and then
in the latest we
Zoe.
have Zoe against Irina.
Nice. So 3 matches, and the players are going to reset. They're going to get an opportunity to get in the blitz mode, because that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Mm-hmm. They're going to be playing pairs of blitz, a pair. Let's try this again. They're going to play a blitz game, and then they're going to switch colors, and they're going to play a second blitz game. Whoever wins, there you go. If the match is tied, they'll do it again, and if the match remains tied after 4 blitz games, there'll be an Armageddon. So we're definitely going to have a winner.
Ready to start already, I thought.
They didn't want to. They didn't want us to take a break.
Clearly, that was their only goal.
Of course, for sure, that was it.
And I guess the colors are decided, so it starts with the white pieces.
Seems so. I thought that they did a drawing. I may be wrong. And by the way, if they do make a tie in the pair of blitz that they're about to play, they'll switch colors to start the second tie. All
Makes
blitz.
sense.
3+2.
We need to also get into the tempo of blitz.
Right. I mean, we've been telling stories
Yes,
and
'cause
over here and over
Each
there.
move takes 20 minutes.
No,
Now it's
no,
going to
no.
be... Yeah, let's take a look now. We do have the graph ready. We have Levon Aronian against Awonder Liang, Wesley So against Ray Robson, and Crush against Zoe Tang. And we also have Maurice with the guest.
We are with Tatev Abrahamian after a marathon win. Tatev, on move 2, you played the move D3. Fabi said he's trying to popularize this opening. He played it, Aronian played it. Maybe we should call it the Tatev opening now that you won.
I don't think so. Not after what happened in this game. I mean, I don't know, just trying to get a game. But then I still spent too much time in the opening, so I don't know. I don't know if I should call it the Tatev game.
Okay.
But it's a very classic Tatev preparation. You know, surprising my opponent and somehow I ended up with less time than my opponent. Anyways.
Oh, no. Got to fix that. That didn't work out. We did see a marathon endgame. What were you feeling by the time you got to that ending? Did you feel like, okay, my 2 pawns should be good?
No, actually, at some point I just wanted to take on b7 because I thought she just has a perpetual, there's nothing I can do, and then I realized I can actually hang on to my pawn. But I thought maybe more likely there's to be some kind of a perpetual. We're playing on increment, I just couldn't calculate. I was just one move at a time. I'm like, okay, one more move, keep the game going, and then we'll see what happens.
You did a great job getting your king from up the board, around your queen, back to d3.
Yeah, I don't even know how I escaped from the checks. I thought that maybe there's a perpetual. I knew there shouldn't be one because my queen can block. But then at some point I can't escape the checks. And I'm like, okay, like what's happening? But then I managed.
That's a game we could obviously talk about for quite some time. Winning the match, though, great. Because if you had drawn now, you'd have to go sit back down and play after such a marathon game.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to that. I'm very satisfied with this.
Well, you took care of business. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And go get your rest.
Thank you.
And we're going to go to a commercial break, and just right on the other side, it's playoffs time, and you don't want to miss that.
Years of preparation, decades of battles, brilliance, heartbreak, and fearless sacrifices have led to this moment. 8 elite grandmasters will face off, and only one will earn the right to challenge for the world championship. 2 American powerhouses return to the gauntlet, chasing redemption and a shot at the crown from the youngest world champion in history. Is this their year, or will a new contender seize the spotlight? The road to the title runs through the 2026 FIDE candidates. Watch it at stlouischessclub.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Coming up, playoffs, so exciting. We're going to see a lot of blitz games. Let's see who's playing. We have Levon Aronian and Awonder Liang facing each other. Wesley So against Ray Robson. And in the women's section, just one match, Irina Krush against Zoe Tang.
I'm looking at these 6 players. I don't know who's the favorites.
Oh, it's
in
blitz
these
too.
and
Anything
I
can
mean,
happen.
really, I just feel the same way. Anything can happen, and they are off.
I would say that Levon is the most experienced player in the playoffs. We've seen him play against Fabi dozens and dozens of games in the American Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But we see on the board, on the screen, Ray against Wesley. Is this going to be another? Nope, no Berlin.
It's a Scotch.
It's the Scotch.
But not
95?
the Scotch ending, but this is the mainline Scotch, G7, G6. So there's lots of ways of playing this position as black, but Wesley, he flicked out G7, G6 as if he was ready for
I mean, he said it in the interview. He came to this tournament prepared for the blitz as well.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the opening prep.
Exactly. And there we have Bishop G2. So again, the pathways are Knight B6 and Bishop G7. Very quickly
They're
chosen
following
Bishop
the
G7.
theoretical line so far.
Yeah.
Black castles, there's still dozens of games in the database. I believe Rook E1 is the most common move. Ray has played it. Rook E8. Which rook though? Both are playable.
Probably for me, I would find the rook on A8 because I think F7, F6, the rook on F8 could play. Eventually, white has to get out of this pin in order to attack the knight, and that's precisely what Ray has done with Queen C2. Now the knight on B.
Wesley can pin it again, Queen C5. I don't know if it's
that's
a good
annoying.
move, but it's a move.
That is an annoying one. And by the way,
Oh, he's played it.
Bingo, nice call. Wow. Okay, now.
92.
Hold on, is E5 hanging? What's
It
going
is.
on?
I think Wesley can take with either rook or the bishop.
But white's
It's a free
not
pawn?
happy.
Not so far, but I mean, white should have some compensation, right? There's some tactics. White knight E4 is coming with a temp. No, C4 is
No,
hanging.
because that would be pawn number 2. So wait a minute. So what are we doing? We're capturing this fellow. Rook takes E4, E5, rook takes E5, bishop takes E5. And I'm really looking for I mean, I can understand if I can play B3 and just knight E4 next.
But not with the bishop on E5, you
But
can't.
not with the bishop on.
It's
And
on the
he's
board.
done it. Rook takes E5. And much like myself, Wesley is asking, what are you doing?
Where is your compensation?
But Ray is playing as if this is somehow book knowledge. And
He is bishop F1 on the board.
okay,
Now he's threatening knight E4.
finally I can. Okay, but bishop F1 is a hidden move.
Which Ray found instantly.
Right? Again, I suspect this is still his prep. That is remarkable. Okay, so if the knight goes back, knight F6, then I guess the knight can go to F3, and it's a
Wesley
little bit
chose
awkward.
B6 square for his knight.
Okay.
And now the question is, how does Ray finish developing the queen side?
Well, knight B3.
It's a start, and next the bishop will come out.
So the queen is heading backwards. All the way backwards to F8 or just to E7? Just to E7.
E7.
Asked and answered.
Bishop D2. Okay. I do see how white has some compensation. Black pieces on B6 and A6, you know, are not always the best. And he's going to centralize his rook.
These two pieces, yeah.
And Wesley's down on the clock. Ray has a full minute advantage. Also, you see the Valbar jump?
I did, and I'm thinking after
Rook
rook E1,
It's an unpleasant pin.
oh,
Now C5 is very strong.
that was very strange. Wesley put his queen on
Oh.
D8, and he could have started with queen to F8, and I kind of like that move, but C5 you
sir,
mentioned, that's a
C5
double
with that
attack.
intermezzo move, because after bishop takes F1, we take the knight on B6.
Fair, and then if the bishop runs away,
Then we take on A7, and we have a passer on A7.
but is that passer on A7 threatening anybody? Is it scary?
No, but it stays alive.
Uh-oh, if it stays alive, then So we're looking at
You
c5.
can see Wesley shuffling. He
Bishop
seems nervous. He
takes.
knows he's in
Pawn
trouble.
takes. Bishop h3, keeping checkmates.
Maybe
and-
b7 here.
because I was about to
Yes,
say,
I don't like queen a8.
I'm ready to blockade. b7.
Ray's calculating all this.
And he's done it?
It's on the board, all of these moves. Now he needs to take a pause and figure out what's best, b7 or b takes a.
Boy, that I think Carissa said it very well. There are certain moments that she just relies on her intuition. This is one of those moments where your intuition has to be really on the mark. But I like b7. The reason I like b7 is because then the knight can support the pawn on b7, and that's a thorn, a perpetual thorn in
Absolutely,
Wesley's
especially in the
position.
blitz.
Yeah, b7.
Ray's down to 47 seconds, and
Wow.
b7 is the only winning move in the position.
Wow.
He still has an advantage, but
Big moment,
he has
and he's reaching.
Oh,
No!
he missed it.
Oh,
Now
that was a
Wesley's back
big,
in the game.
a big moment, and Ray let it slip away. The other problem, why I especially like b7, is now that the queen is actually blockading the pawn. Don't forget,
Ooh.
there's a checkmate.
Yeah, the long diagonal can become very weak very quickly.
The moment Wesley plays c6, c5, that's not a peekaboo move.
Knight c5
That's a
played.
monster move.
Ray down to 17 seconds.
By the
Meanwhile,
way,
now Wesley enjoys the time advantage, and his
d6.
position looks pretty decent as well. d6, knight e4 on the board.
B takes was a massive, massive mistake. By the way, again, this is
Okay.
a moment for
The
c5.
pawn is protected. Queen a7, knight f6, right? So c5 played.
Right? c5 looks so natural, though, because of the long, the long diagonal.
But it's
sorry.
all about the clock, Yasser, and blitz, and Ray's down to 9 seconds while Wesley enjoys his 50 seconds. Whew, what a position.
Ooh, there was a major move. No, knight f6 check. Well, I'm threatening to play queen takes e8. Check.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, queen
Wesley
takes
spotted
e8.
that. So he moved the rook.
Check.
But
But-
now you have to move it again. Rook e6 seems to be the only move.
Okay. Rook is, but
Otherwise, you lose material.
a natural move at
But
that.
it's fun. f3. Oh, Ray played with 1 second on the clock.
No, 1 second. Remember, they're getting 2-second increments for each move they complete, which means they press their clocks.
King g7.
King
prophylaxis.
G7.
Another move with 1 second.
Oh, he's going to be playing every move from now on with a mere second on his clock. And Rook went back to. Oh,
Almost flagged, but he made it.
Okay, the knight was sliding. Is it time to bring the bishop all the way back?
I was thinking that, but queen h5. Okay, things are heating up. g4 maybe? Another. Ray keeps making it with 1 second.
Whoa, but this
Actually,
is.
is he winning? The position is very good.
I think he's winning. Oh, sorry that we haven't kept up with the other games, but Irina Krush has lost on time, and Ray nearly lost on time. But there goes the A pawn.
Oh, now Wesley's
Big
winning.
drama as Wesley has turned the game
There's a
around.
big
There's
blunder.
a mate on. It was just,
take on a
pardon me.
front. Oh,
It
yeah,
was just
king
a
check.
discover check. It was not mate, but it was.
Wesley absolutely winning now. Although careful, what is this check?
King.
h6 only move, which Wesley found.
And he
Oh, and
found
now
it
he's
with-
winning. We're gonna see the end game. Rook takes pawns and d pawn, right? D pawn is too far advanced.
And
Rook
a
b1 and
check.
d2. Look at that.
And look at this. What a
Oh,
finish.
wow. It's not completely over yet, but about
Ray,
to be.
Ray had one last swindling, and
And he
there it goes.
resigns.
Wow.
Very close game. Wow.
I think Ray is feeling very frustrated because in his mind, from the time he sacrificed the pawn, he
By
had
the
to win.
way,
What happened in the
I wonder. He won his game with the black pieces against Levon Aronian.
Wow.
So
Wow.
3 decisive results.
Wow, as the playoffs really got off to a big bang. Wesley winning with the black pieces, a Wonder winning with,
With
the black pieces.
And Zoe won with the white. Apparently, Levon had just one move blunder. But let's go to Maurice, and he will catch us up with the other games.
Woo! What Blitz playoffs are all about. That was extremely exciting. Trying to focus on the other games and watch that craziness with Ray losing almost on time and almost until finally he blundered and then it didn't matter and he still lost on time. The game between Levon and Awander was a really good game from the very beginning for Levon. He got a nice opening position. I'll just jump to the middle of the game, especially after this trade right here. Bishop c4 and then bishop g3. And it's just very solid. The pawn on e4 not going anywhere, and white looking to trade off the dark square bishop. And then this really smart, very smart exchange, capturing away from the center, getting the f file for the rook, hitting f7, and it was all Levon for a while. He did play very well to get to this point. Knight f4 might not have been the most accurate. Very smart move here with bishop to e6, just to get some of the pressure off, and then being able to play this move, knight d5, and getting some counterplay. I think this threw Levon off a bit. He should grab on b7, but he didn't want to give up the e3 point. And instead, he played a little bit more passively and allowed his opponent to solidify the game in this ending. And suddenly, he was not perfectly, but much better than he ever was Awander getting to this point. It was that risky moment that Levon had to grab on b7, and he didn't. And now we'll jump ahead because they got to this position where Levon, you see a straight ending here, not much except the king side has become porous for black. And in this position, after rook takes g5, Levon has broken through and has some threats. Now his young opponent had to be careful. He played this move, and now he could just take on d5 with the rook, and he's winning. He's winning. He took with the queen, and he's losing because of rook to c5, a one-move blunder. Wherever your queen goes, your rook on g5 is now hanging. It just takes a move. Even the superstars of chess make these kind of blunders when the pressure is on. And bam, he's just down because of one bad move that cost him the entire game. So the youngster is ahead there, Awander ahead of Levon, needing to win to stay alive in the match. Another youngster who took down a vet was Zoe Tang in a position that really wasn't bad at all for black. In fact, I watched this game. Not much was going on. I mean, you just see we very quickly went to an end game, and I could keep going. You're going to see triple zeros in the engine. But the problem is not the triple zeros on the engine, it's the triple zeros on her clock, because right here, Irina, under pressure, didn't make a move fast enough. 2 seconds, you see there the replay. 1 second, you got to move. And she was not fast enough by just a microsecond there, in a perfectly fine position, up a pawn even though the position is more or less equal. But that was it. The clock cost her, and now she has found herself from being up 1-0 in the classical match, tied 1-1, and now going to have to go to a playoffs, and now down. What a swing 124 hours makes, and that's it. She's just in trouble now. She's got to win this if she's going to stay alive in the champions bracket. So does Levon as well, and so does Ray. So all this.
Alrighty. And we're
The pawn
back.
has not managed to create any kind of imbalance in the position.
Okay, the first step. Whoa, I was about to say, don't you play A4? Yes, you do. We saw the pawn on my board went to A3 and stopped, but only for a microsecond. And now bishop G2. So wonder is achieved, let's say, fortress-like, solid.
Very
solid.
solid position.
The other two games, anything happening there?
Wesley So looks better, and Irina Crush looks better as well.
Are they?
If we want to switch, I would switch to Irina's game.
All right, let's do it.
She's
We're
down
go-
to 40 seconds and has a good
Ooh.
position.
Yeah, but I heard the 40 seconds and I hesitated. So again, Irina with the white pieces.
She's up a pawn.
She's up a pawn, and it's just about her clock. It was the clock that cost her in the first game. Her position was fine in game one. She lost on time, a pawn ahead.
Does Zoe have rook b8? It's played. Can she take the pawn back? That was actually a courageous move because there's so many discovery moves with the knight. Irina can
Okay.
take on e6, which she's just done.
I was about to say, don't we take on e6 and take on c5? And this is winning. This is flat out winning.
No,
Oh, there's an I missed the intermezzo.
Oh,
Oh no.
Zoe seems to be doing okay now because she's going to pick up the pawn.
Oh, that's shocking. I missed the
Wow.
intermezzo as well.
What a save.
I think Irina did too when she went into this line. Okay, now Zoe's right back in the thick of things and no time for Irina.
Down to 8 seconds.
Oh no. Her chances of staying in the match are really, really plummeted. Uh-oh.
She still has an extra pawn, but she actually blundered the f2 pawn.
She truly did.
And then
it's
her king is in trouble. Is Zoe
rook,
winning?
Yes. Rook takes f2, followed by bishop g4
There's
check.
Checkmate threats.
And there might be checkmate in the air.
Oh, she didn't do it. For some reason.
Well, there's still a bishop f1 check.
Okay.
And followed by a rook takes f2. And that...
She still hasn't done that. She played rook b5.
Uh-oh. She's
I
getting
think she
herself
missed
into
bishop e3.
trouble.
I think she simply missed bishop e3, but
Oh,
Irina
she
down
was-
to 4 seconds.
She was planning on rook h5 me. Oh, that's a tricky.
She's playing very tricky chess.
Bishop e3, but now Irina has to pick up the tempo. Rook a4. She's done it quickly.
I guess you can trade and make the draw, right? Irina, by the way, 1 second. She played with 1 second.
then she's going to lose the game on time again because
Now it's easy for her
physically,
to make moves, but
there goes the. I mean, you're not getting any time on your clock
yeah, 2 seconds is really not much.
to build up any time.
Okay, at least moves are coming easy now. She can't blunder here. She can't get checkmated
Oh,
anymore.
I saw a touch move there. There was a touch move, and Zoe nearly left a g7 pawn hanging. Ooh.
Very easy to make blunders in this time control. However, Zoe has almost 1 minute on
F5
the
is
clock.
coming. This could be winning.
Yeah, Irina's squeezing something out of nothing here. And just to update our viewers, Wesley has drawn his game and he advances in the champions bracket.
Congratulations. But look at this. Bishops of opposite color, and now Irina is in her element. She is ready to capture this pawn on g7, and Zoe, well, they're going to be, if she wins, bishop takes
Not
g7,
yet.
bishop f7.
I guess g6 has to be played, but that's scary.
King can go to g5.
Knight f6 check.
Knight can go to f6 check. But Zoe has to play g6.
She has to.
You don't want, I mean, just there's nothing to do. You don't like it, but you have to.
And Irina is up to 10 seconds. She's
Amazing.
played really fast last couple of moves.
Knight to
there has
d7
to be
check.
some winning move, right?
King
Some
f6
discovery.
perhaps?
King f6, very nice.
King f6 just kind
She's
of
just going
dominates.
after the pawn, but it's surprising the king's still not on f6, but it's going to make it there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
Irina is winning.
there's a cheapo alert. Nope, King f6. Good
huge
move.
chance for her to come back and force another blitz match.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this is just winning, but she still has 3 seconds. And Livon's game looks like a draw. And if it ends in a draw, then Awonder advances.
Exactly. Well, all Arena really needs to do is bring her knight to the d6 square.
What happened?
She traded bishops of opposite color.
But
She's
this is
counting
a
on
draw.
her 2 connected pass pawns winning, and
This is not a draw. This is winning.
this is winning. If the pawns were on
If pawns were far
h5
away,
and g5,
and Black Bishop was in front, then it would be a draw. But this is an easy win, and Irina knows it. Wow.
yeah.
Winning
Wow.
on demand.
Yes, g6 and f6.
Very nice. And congratulations to Awonder. He drew his game and advanced in the champions bracket.
And that's it, Reezuhn.
And
Reezuhn.
Zoe now flags and is also lost on position. Congratulations, Irina. What a comeback.
Wow, who has the momentum after? I mean, it's 1-1, but you just
1-1.
won with the white pieces on demand, so you feel like you got one.
Indeed. And in the open section, no more playoffs. It's over. Awonder looks quite pleased with himself. Defeating Livon Aronian. That's wow.
In
Impressive.
blitz. And when you think about the year that, the year that just passed, that Livana's had, that's a big, big victory for Awonder.
Absolutely. Huge congratulations to Awonder. And Zoe and Irina have to hang around for 2 more blitz games. And possibly more. Over to you, Maurice.
Incredible. She had played Rook F2. She's booked a ticket home in that game and missed it and moved that bishop and let the king slip out and end up losing an opposite color bishop ending. Well, that's the way the ball bounces. Ray Robson trying to defeat Wesley So with the black pieces. A top GM has realized it's very difficult to beat Wesley when he wants to draw with white. And I mean, it's difficult to beat a lot of the players. Look what he tried. He tried B6, unmoved 2. This is not a Queen's Indian without the move on the pawn on E6. And then he decided to play D5 after that, giving his opponent everything he could want out of the center. And then he said, I'm going full hyper modern with a double fianchetto. And that's exactly what happened here. And white just took over the center, played this check. And then after castles, white said, I'm just going to dominate the game. And when your rook moves, I'm going to play the move knight e5. And guess what? You got problems. Your knight is pinned. Who's going to defend it? You're not going to play some sick move like bishop to c8 and give away the c6 square, in addition to the fact that there's queen a4 and you're just pinned 6 different ways from Sunday. So this would have just been busted anyway. So he decided to give up an exchange. Probably should have played queen h4 here to attack 2 pawns the right way, the e-pawn and the other e-pawn, because it's both doubled, of course. But he played queen g5, leaving the center one at home, and said, give me the exchange, said Wesley. Let's trade queens. This was not the best way, but he knew all trades led to Rome, because now that he can just get another exchange and get this position, it was completely hopeless. He went on to actually repeat, did his opponent a favor, and decide, look, just draw the game, lay down quietly before you hurt yourself. And he ended up just forcing a repetition in a mating position. I'll show you. It was here. He played queen d2. His opponent had to drop back to hit a rook, and then he just played queen to d7 and said, I'll let you play queen f4 and repeat, which they had already done a couple of times. So that game was nondescript, and Wesley did what he had to do. The other game was between Awonder and Livon. You saw most of it. There was a moment in the game where Awonder was much better, even winning. I can jump back. It was before this end game. I forget exactly where it was, but the game remained pretty even for a while, and they basically just got to nothing. He had to win this game. I mean, how do you win this position if you are black? You're just begging for something here. Yes, you picked that pawn up, but so what? And as you see here, white's the one with the better king. It was right here, this moment, when he could have played knight c4 and relegate the black knight to the hinterland. You can't play trades because the king is too good. You could just try for something with this, but now your queenside pawns are in a little bit of trouble. It didn't matter. It was too close. It was either white wins or it's a draw. He ended up drawing the game. A terrific result for Awonder Liang. His strategy paid off. Draw the first 2 classical games and win in the blitz. And we did have a moment when Irina did fumble apiece. So let's take a look. Right there, but it turned out to be not that significant because this ending is a win despite the opposite colored bishops. The reality is, if you just put those pawns, take that F pawn, make it an H pawn, you got a totally different position. But this one is all she wrote. It's too easy to advance the pawns, which she did, and won that game. So the ladies go to yet another 2 blitz games. Yasser and Nazi, they told us we'd be here for the long haul. We're going to deserve our day's pay.
Here we go.
As
Finally.
we go immediately to the long version
Man,
of the playoffs.
it's like pulling teeth trying to get a win out of it.
Very strange final position to resign.
But
Because
then
I'm
if
playing
the
King
tables are
H8.
turned, I
she
swear,
won.
it's like
Oh, she
8
did.
8 and then
You know what I
checkmate.
mean? King
You want the
H8,
stalemate.
you want to
Wow.
play
The
F7.
stalemate,
I'm
yeah.
going to go
I gotta
draw.
beg and
So
plead
sorry.
for a
Thank you very
checkmate.
much for the game.
Yeah.
But okay, who do you feel after those
I think
trade
in
of
the
victories?
First game, Irina had a problem. It was her time management. In the
Terribly so.
second game, she improved it a little bit, but still she was much lower on the clock. So if she keeps managing her time better, then I think Irina is the favorite. Of course, her experience. But if she keeps going so long time, I mean, Zoe is playing good chess.
Well, Zoe knows it. She missed a win in game 2. This match could have been over so from Irina's perspective, she's just so happy that the match is continuing. Zoe had the match in
Absolutely.
hand.
And if she didn't win the second game, she had a draw so many times.
Exactly.
So it's very hard to recover from that, for
Yeah.
sure.
I would.
And colors are switched now. The second match, Irina starts with the white pieces. Maurice, what are your thoughts?
What I am forcibly stunned, I mean, really, by this moment in time. You play the move rook to b2. You're hitting 2 pawns. You see you're hitting 2 pawns. The F pawn's hanging, the A pawn's hanging. Okay, she just attacked your bishop.
I'm a little tired. Yeah.
What's wrong with
Should
taking
probably
the
take
F
a
pawn?
break.
There's no weird trick. There's no mate down in your house. You just take a pawn. That was a tragic moment for her. And she had a second time to take that pawn as well. So, boy, she's got to get that out of her brain. Short memory for chess. In chess, we have to have, and just somehow get back and say, okay, I was able to fight her.
I'm glad the
tooth
pre
and
moves
nail.
didn't work.
Let's see if I can do
That's
it as well
crazy.
here.
I would have
Put it
missed all of
behind
that.
you. In English with an early bishop b4, I remember back in the 1990s when this first got the attention of some of the top players. I was not a believer in Black's position, but it's survived the test of time, and it seems counterintuitive
Yes, spending
to
2 moves.
encourage the knight to drop into the
What
in
about
the
this
board, but
E4 move, yes,
E4.
or- I don't think I've seen E4 before.
No, that one is definitely not on my radar. So first things, it's like a French
Bishop F4
defense
is
where you get to
being
play
asked.
bishop F4. You have to play D6.
You don't want
You
to play
play-
knight A6.
You play E3, and then the pawn on E4 looks scraggly. I mean,
Scraggly. All right.
scraggly. I'm also a pawn grubber, so I'm not averse to queen C2.
Irina didn't play bishop F4.
That's
Went
the
immediately to
least ambitious move that
Plus,
Irina
she
could have
took
played.
almost a full minute before she made that
Oh,
move.
that's wrong. She could have played queen c2. Queen c2 was a very nice way of trying to punish Zoe for what I think is a poor opening choice. Now, anyway,
I still like
2
Irina's
bishops. Let's go.
position. Exactly. You can
Let's
play
go.
B3, fianchetto the bishop.
I love it. Knight e2, knight c3. I love it.
That's a lot of
Fianchetto the
talk,
bishop.
guys. That's
Yep.
a lot of talk, but the clock is going to be much louder soon. You're right that she has a very nice position, and the E4 move looks suspicious, but man, she better start handling her clock a little bit better.
Yeah, b3. But these are easy moves now for Irina to play.
But look how quickly Zoe is playing.
Zoe is
she's got
just
9
snapping.
seconds she's used.
She made 10 moves in 9 seconds.
10 moves in 9 seconds. That's very, very impressive. I'm thinking bishop b2. I'm kind of happy about this pawn sacrifice. Maybe not happy. But the problem is the desirable knight takes d5 does allow queen e5, right? Oh.
She's allowed it, but Zoe just instantly exchanged the knights.
Instantly. And why didn't we take with the
fine.
queen?
She wants to put the knight on e5. Knight d7, knight d5.
Yeah, but why didn't we take with the queen?
It's a strange decision. And again, twice as much time for Zoe on the clock. That's
You're getting so close.
Okay. Arena is finally setting up
This is
for,
probably going to be my last game for a minute.
parking on the long
But
diagonal.
Irina is so behind in development. Can you even castle short? Because I would be worried about getting checkmated on the king side. Queen g5. Without a thought, I'm going queen g5.
Really?
Go ahead and castle.
Wow. Queen g5.
That knight is a manimal on e5. Your bishop will never get through there.
Well, you got queen g5 on the board.
Queen g5 on the board. It's black for choice here. Black, that bishop on b2 has no real future. Black is perfectly developed, and it's her initiative to talk about.
Okay, so f4.
f4.
Can I be?
I can take on g2.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you taking
take
on
on
e5?
e5.
Okay.
You
Four is
take
dangerous.
on h1.
Oh, she's
Nice.
castled.
That was all over the place, but we'll take
Bishop
it.
h3. No, queen takes.
I was just doing anything.
f5,
I don't think that was proper chess.
f5 5 f4. No, queen g6.
Yeah, it's just winning. It was missed.
Missed the win.
Oh, there was a win
Bishop
on the
h3
spot.
was winning the game
Okay,
instantly. She just missed it.
now I'm playing f4. She's done it. And now, isn't it time for Arena to take over the g file?
It is.
And play f4? She could be winning thanks to this long diagonal. That's mate.
Yeah, Zoe rushed.
Queen
Too much.
h6. This looks like, well,
No,
I
Irina's
want to
position
play
is great now.
e4.
She just need to start playing faster.
Yeah, that's been.
She's still doing well. She'll be able to put her knight on g6 at least. So it's not easy for those pawns to advance.
But wait a minute, what's going on here? e4, bishop c1. Ah, the queen has h7. Sorry, I'm blind. You know what I want? e4, f4.
No, white has to be careful. That's just like gimme initiative. You will be able to put something. She did the right thing to just not let this rook enter on c2. It's not just an easy diagonal you're going to crack open because your pawns have to advance the right way. And playing an immediate f4 is just not possible. Look at Zoe play aggressively with h4 saying, you've got to deal with issues as well. And Irina down to 10 seconds.
No.
This is what we're talking about, to 1:56 on the clock.
That's not the way we do it.
And fumbling a piece there down to 4
That's
play that
not
with 2
the
seconds
way
on the
we
clock.
do it.
That's crazy.
How do you
But
know? You're an
e4,
announcer.
Now Zoe, in her mind, is thinking, I'm going to move the bishop. I'm going to post up with the queen on f4,
Yes, queen f4 looks beautiful.
which is gorgeous. By the way,
Queen
queen
d2?
d2 is even.
You know, those harassing moves, she's played that with 1 second on the clock, could be deadly as well. And now another rook has shown up, and she's got to defend this
Knight
position.
d3.
You can forget about it.
Knight d3, and there we go.
Zoe played like a speed demon that game.
Wow.
Zoe outplayed Irina. Wow.
Very impressive victory by Zoe. I didn't like her opening choice, but it paid off brilliantly. And she missed. She
missed
played
the win
everything.
earlier,
Queen
yeah.
g5. She played everything. Wow.
But it's not over yet. Irina will get another chance to come back, but next time she'll be with the black pieces. Harder to do, but
I'm seeing like Zoe, especially, very, very impressive, blitzing out of moves. Like
she's really fast.
You said in her first 10 moves, she used 9 seconds.
Yes.
She's playing like she's playing playing bullet chess. Like
Right. Wow.
She has tremendous instincts. When you look at her flowing, that's a blitz player. It's like somebody who either natural born blitz player or somebody who plays a lot of blitz consistently, because she didn't care about the board so much. She was just making the best moves she could see. She reminds me of Hikaru Nakamura. Maybe I don't play the 100% move. I play the 90, even the 85% move. but I do it so quickly. And you look at the clock. Look how Irina's got under 10 seconds. Look how that time is
Versus 2
flying,
minutes.
and she's fumbling pieces. This is blitz. You can't do that and survive. Meantime, Zoe would spend a quick hot second here only. After this, she's going to fly through her moves.
Right, because Zoe, after her next move, bishop g6, she's looking at queen f4. The knight is beautiful on e5.
But she finds even a stronger move with queen d2.
Exactly, and Irina's attack, remember, it was stillborn and never got off the ground.
After this next move, queen d2, which is the worst move for you to see.
Tournament's
as a
almost
defender,
over, so
3 seconds
we'll go
left
until the
after
tournament's
protect
over.
yourself, trade, give her the c file. Now your bishop is hanging.
I think they
and
said it
now
was the last
every
game.
move is going to come from Zoe just like a runaway train when she's realized, here I come. And it was bang, bang, rook c2, and then here comes knight d3.
Wow.
And time to resign.
Yeah, that was overwhelming.
Yeah,
very impressive
Zoe
finish.
spotted those tactics in half a second.
Yeah, and the time the hang, this down to a second. That's almost a poster, with 1 second. And here we have our results.
Yes, we do. So Wonder Liang won his match against Levon Aronian. Wesley So took down Ray Robson. And Irina Krush and Zoe Tang are still playing, but Zoe Tang has a 1-point lead.
Love those double elimination tournaments. Everybody will get a second life, and Irina fighting for her life.
But the time, remember, the colors flipped, right?
Yes.
So before, she had white to come back.
Yes.
But because the colors flipped, she just lost with the black pieces. Now Zoe's the one with the serve. Can she do a Wesley So? Oh, no. You get nothing. Solidified. And what does Irina have in her bag to try to keep the game complicated without just having an inferior position?
Right. Well, one of the things that we saw there with Ray Robson, for example, against Wesley So, sometimes you feel as black you have to take excessive risks. And before you know it, you're in a very bad position as black, as your opponent expected that. And knight e5, by the way, by Wesley was a boss move.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Well played. And Zoe, even though she's young and not as experienced as Irina, she's very calm.
I love her demeanor.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I also love the way she presents. When she was here, I've not interviewed her before. When she was here, I felt like I saw a future commentator talking. I'm not saying she's taking your job anytime soon now, Nazi. She's still too young for that. But I can see 10 years from now when she's
After she's achieved Grandmaster title,
done what she needed to do, and
U.S.
hung up.
championships, after boring herself winning U.S. championships. Yeah.
Yeah, after she's hung up those pawns,
Right.
and said, you know what, I don't need to play anymore. We might have a contract for her. Because she's definitely got those presentation skills and demeanor, the smile. She just knows how to speak with great clarity as well. So
yeah, she's very
we're
impressive lady.
off.
And we see a d4, knight f6. Oh, Trompovsky.
As played in the first game of Blitz.
It's important to choose openings that you're very comfortable playing in Blitz.
Yes.
Even if it's not objectively the best opening.
No, but if you like to play the King's Indian and give up space, but counterattack, if you will, I mean...
the position that you're very familiar with, that's what matters the most.
Absolutely.
now for Irina, she cannot go down a minute on the clock. Like that's just not acceptable.
And spending a minute on moves 1 through 10 is not good. And already she's down 15 seconds. It's time to play h6 and just play.
Yeah,
Play
Zoe has
fast.
already used the incremental advantage. She's above 3 minutes. She started with 3, but those 2-second increments, she's not allowing to dip. Meantime, Irina is already at 2:36. Not bad, not terrible, but this is a disadvantage you don't want to have with the black pieces going into a must-win game.
Absolutely. Now, strategically, I don't think it's a good idea, but the position in the match demands that you play something.
Oh, I
like
didn't see
C5,
that.
C4,
Yes.
Bishop C2.
Damn.
And
B5.
That's where I was scared you saw that, huh?
White's going to play E4. But it's
Ow.
going to be a clash.
Because
You
he
get the
did it.
same
I should have
knight
done
at
it.
the
Ow.
queenside
That
and
was a dumb way
let's
to
go.
lose.
Try to get a double edge position.
Right.
That was a
Maybe
dumb
you
way to
checkmate.
lose. What's good, my man?
But maybe I crash through on C3.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm playing for. Queen C2 says Arena, and again, her clock time
But they
down
lost
by a minute.
a4, so it's no more chance for c4, b5. At least not easily. You can still prepare it with a6.
H6. I think that is a useful inclusion. By the way, we saw
I
the
like
bishop
a5
trade.
now for Zoe, actually.
A5.
Yes, because it's not a pawn blunder.
What is with this?
Whoa.
She's preparing e4.
Okay, so actually, this gives an imbalance, the position and imbalance that maybe Arena will be happy with. Takes e4, play knight to d7, drop a knight on e5, and try to play with the hanging pawns.
Absolutely, she can even push c4 right now.
C4, bishop c2.
Then just queen c5 and develop the rooks.
Fair, 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 fair. There's a b2 pawn on
You
the
have
board,
space
by the way.
advantage, control in the center.
Got it, got it. I like it, like it. I just thought, okay, I kind of like this idea of controlling. Okay, she stepped back. She's avoiding the threat.
But how does Zoe have 250 on her clock to 130?
How is
By
she so
playing
fast?
very,
Zoe's
very, very
so
fast.
fast. Now
Wow.
she's finally paused. This is her first real pause, and she's not letting it happen for too long. She just took, and now maybe not sure what to do basically in this position, but playing like she does, even if
Yeah.
she's getting, looks like the worst end of the stick.
Yeah, I didn't like the move rook e8 because any kind of trades make it easy for white. Instead, I would have been playing for rook b8, pardon me, bishop a8, and just saying to white, go ahead and play b3 so that I can play queen a5 and find a target.
Oh, look at that move. Irina just played d4, opening up her bishop.
I think this is not bad, but just kind of premature. I mean,
Trades too many pieces.
yeah, anything that forces a lot of trades is ideal for Zoe. Zoe's going to take on e8, play rook e1.
Irina has a pass pawn in the middle, but it's firmly blockaded at the moment. She's going to need, as she's just swooped her queen to f4. I like moves like that. Not the move itself, but the way you make the move.
Right.
Just kind of intimidate your opponent just a little bit because you just dropped it on the board, even if it's an easy response like a knight b3, for example. She's played knight to c4.
Knight to c4.
Which looks not so bad either, to be frank.
Knight b3 to c5 seemed a lot more natural, but
Yes.
knight c4. Okay. Eyeballing d6.
But look at the clock. Again, this is
Under a
going to be
minute.
her downfall if she loses this game and this
55
match.
seconds.
She is down a ton of time. Remember, you still have to work out the win at some point.
Right.
Like
bishop e4, bishop d5.
Okay, now if I were Zoe, I would just trade the rooks and go rook e1 right
Of
away.
course.
very smart.
Yeah, get those guys off the board. Anything that kind of weakens the back rank, setting up.
Yeah,
Here
she's
we
going
go.
for it.
There go. Now she cannot trade rooks here.
No, you gotta have something on the position.
Rook c8?
Material to win.
'Cause I don't like rook d8. It's just staring at the pawn. Let's try rook c8.
Yeah.
Let's try any move.
I would play bishop
32
e4.
seconds.
Bishop e4. Get going, Arena. Come on,
He
Arena.
offered
This
a
is it.
draw.
She's just
That's
not
funny.
in
I
flow
haven't
at
seen
all.
that
What
in
is
a
she
while.
calculating?
Forgot
It's
they
not
still did
about the
that.
moves. It's about
All
the
she has is a
clock.
pass pawn in the position, and the bishop on d3 is doing a great job at blocking.
That's
the
crazy
pawn.
because
I'm not saying
I
bishop
don't have to
e4 is
accept it,
winning.
and he's just gonna
Saying
wait,
use your
and it still
trumps
runs his clock out.
and play 23 seconds. No.
I'm white, right?
No,
so
it's
like I
not.
win if
It's
he
not
runs
going
his
on.
clock out.
There's no
Zoe's a
flow.
bit uncomfortable
No, dude.
here.
Ooh.
That was a ridiculous thing to
Well,
do.
that just opened
Play
up
the
a world
game.
of possibility.
Yeah.
What was F?
Actually,
But
not
but
as bad as
14
it looks.
seconds. She's so far down on the clock.
Oh, is there
Well,
something
she's
that I
back-
don't know?
She's pouncing on the
Also
E3
start
square that the
noticing
last
patterns.
move
Right,
Will
it's
do.
mate.
Rook e4, I like this move.
Rook
Queen
e4.
F6.
Now
defends.
Queen e2 against
Oh, I lost. Oh,
mate.
I don't even know how
Yeah,
I
last
lost.
rank.
Oh, don't forget about the and Queen
Queen
E1
E1.
threatens
Hey.
mate.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I was trying.
Or something, right?
But I started looking
Bishop
closer
C6.
when there might be
Okay.
a win, but
Knight
I'm trying,
Knight
dude. That's the
E5?
thing.
Well,
You
there
keep
is
saying
knight
these things, and I try.
F4, knight takes-
If you
well,
played
wait a minute.
Queen B5,
I want to play.
Knight E5.
Okay,
There's a knight
Arena
E5 move
needs
that
to
could
play
be
knight
really
F4
problematic.
and some
also start
Queen
noticing
E5,
patterns
good
when
move.
they
e4
took
is hanging,
their.
however. It's not that easy.
Queen H. Oh,
Push your
G5 instantly.
G5.
You
Thank
could've
you.
ran.
5 seconds
Thank
for
you.
Irina. 4.
Thank you. No.
Whoa, she
Who
traded
would-
into an endgame.
who
Now
would
her
trade?
D pawn is
I just saw that one
extremely
too. I
weak,
feel
and
a
she's
little.
gone.
She's
Never
dropped
mind.
it.
I feel a
and now
little,
she's with only
silly
2
now, but-
seconds left. She took that pawn in
That's
deep
whatever.
trouble
Like
now.
I don't even.
Almost lost a piece
I guess that's him
immediately,
being
but
a
it
nice
looks,
guy, but
looks like she's just
well,
dead.
you know me too, though. I don't like. I don't.
She's very fortunate
go
to
back?
get this far.
Rook A3.
Dead draw.
In this game, or well, I
With the
guess in this
draw,
game, right?
Zoe advances. And that's a little cute little move. Okay, you got bishop e6. We are going to see rook and knight versus rook and bishop with
Take the pawn.
three pawns on the same side. And she's
But
got an
I didn't
extra
see that.
minute on the clock as Irina's down to 2
That's
seconds.
crazy. There's like a million ways to mate
Oof.
somebody, and I can't. I can never get it.
It's a miracle here.
Totally.
I'm right
H4.
there. I was right there
There are
too,
really no
dude.
bad moves unless it's a blunder.
I can never get.
No, how do you
Few
put
wins
a,
in
put
a
a knight
row.
on F4 now, and that's going to be the end of the party.
I'm pushing 2 hours, so I gotta get
Just
off.
don't play for a win. Because sometimes
just keep
when your
playing fast.
opponent is so low on time, you might want to put some pressure on her, but not here. You just need a draw.
Exactly.
But she's now starting to take a little bit more time.
Just smart
and
decision.
G5 played, more
Ooh.
pawns off the board.
Any pawn trades is perfect for Zoe. Pawn
Yeah.
trades are perfect. Rook
Pairing
a6.
F5 and F4 maybe one day.
Rook a6. Just I
Okay,
hate
that's
being
something
in a
to
pin.
fear, F5.
I would
No,
fear
F5,
F5
Rook A6
F4.
would have been played. So
But Rook a6 was a moment ago, and this
Okay, now
is
F5.
F5.
wait a minute.
Okay,
wait
just
a
a
minute.
second. F4 check might hurt somebody's feelings.
No, but there's no setup.
No, bishop F5, Rook B2.
Put the rook on A2 maybe.
No, this is so drawn. It's not even
Yeah.
funny. Just put the rook on A8. The white rook on A8. You never win.
Correct. Yeah, that's a very good decision.
Yeah,
Very
it's just a
good.
very safe setup
And
here.
she just
and
my
keeps playing with
God.
no
playing with
time on the
1
clock,
second.
somehow surviving and trading down now. Almost made if she could have played rook H1.
Right?
So close, yet so far.
Yep. Now Rook to
Yeah,
the
just any
8th
moves
rank.
now.
No, now
Yeah.
it's dead drawn,
And again,
completely drawn. And she sees it.
yeah, she
Irina
knows
knows
it.
it
Well,
now.
well done,
There's
Zoe.
nothing to do.
She played a very good game.
She truly did. Nicely done.
Can they?
And Irina is
Claim a
repeating,
draw?
acquiescing to the reality.
I think we've had a repetition
Probably.
more than 3 times. Yes, it's officially 4-time repetition, and Zoe's claiming it. It's a draw, and she advances to the next round in the champions bracket.
Our congratulations, Zoe. Nicely done. And for Irina, in the titles that Irina won, she did it in royal fashion, just cruising. She won the first classical game, did Irina, and oh yes, shades of glory. But nope, she
now
will
she'll
have to.
fight in the elimination bracket to
She
come
will.
back.
Zoe was just so much faster. She won with over a minute on her clock still, to show
Very
you that she
impressive.
was never in any time pressure. Just kept it on her
Wow.
opponent.
Wow.
And Irina always in time pressure there. Just too much for her to bear.
It just seems like Irina just didn't adjust to the blitz. First, she didn't expect to lose the classical game, so she
Right.
didn't recover in time because she was not supposed to lose that game. She was fine.
Yeah. One of the things is that the 2 seconds, you don't really get a chance to build up because actually the physical act of moving the pieces and pressing the clock is like 1 second. So the best you can do is gain a second. That's the best, and that's when you're prepared to make a move. If you hesitate, there goes the 2 seconds.
Let's take a look again at the end of that game, how it ended.
Well, there wasn't much happening at this finishing point.
Yes.
I mean, we just basically at the very, very end when it was already clearly a draw. Your king has no progress to make. The rook is pinning your pawn.
But I just see that it's kind of like this languish, and you're going, with your hand. Irina's like, she's not gripping the pieces.
No, by now she's already accepted the
recognizing.
fact that it was a draw.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
only there were chances earlier,
Yeah.
but it was just nothing to play for. In fact, it was Zoe who was trying to beat her at some point.
Exactly. Impressive.
Absolutely.
Impressive performance by very young Zoe.
So we don't get to see an Armageddon game today.
Darn it.
But I'm sure throughout the tournament there'll be at least one Armageddon.
I'm gonna go 2.
2, okay.
Yeah, I'll go the over. Yeah, I'll go the over.
Let's have a look
Final
at the
results.
results of the open section and the brackets after today's results. Oh, we start with the women's. So Carissa Yip will be facing Tatev Abrahamian. Alice Lee will be playing Zoe Tang.
Both ladies going through by virtue of winning their game, classical game 2, and in the Opens Champions bracket.
Right, we have Fabiano Caruana playing a Wonder Liang and Wesley against Sam Sevian. But we have Maurice with our winner, Zoe Tang.
Thanks, Nazi. We're with the winner of this match, Zoe Tang. An upset, to be sure, as her opponent was an illustrious champion. Zoe, this was a boring match. Nobody won, maybe one win. No, it was actually the exact opposite this match. It was incredible. A win, a win, a win, a win, a win, and finally a draw at the end. A roller coaster ride, to be sure.
Yeah. I mean, because Blitz, right? So anything can happen. So it was like you win one, and then you're like, you still have to focus for the next game. Then you lose it, and then you have to keep going.
How did you have such a short memory to play the game?
I think it's good because like Blitz was so fast that it kind of just went by all in a blur. So yeah, I could forget everything as it was happening.
Yeah, indeed, incredible. What we did notice, however, were your blitz skills compared to Irina. You were always way ahead on the clock. Do you practice a lot of blitz?
No. I mean, my strategy was just play fast, especially after the first game when she flagged. I was like, well, you know, I have an advantage on the clock. Might as well keep using it.
That's amazing. You just look like a natural blitz player. So that was quite fortunate for you. I mean, well done for you, I would say. Now you get an opponent that you must know well, Alice Lee.
Yeah, played her many times before.
And tell
In
us
my
about the history of
opinion,
your
you
battles.
won't really start noticing
I think I've drawn
these
twice, and
winning
I've
moves
lost
if
every
you
single
don't
other time.
start revealing them.
Okay.
I feel
What are
you.
you gonna do?
Yeah,
to
I was
change
doing that
trend?
earlier today.
Play better.
When I was
Simply said.
clipping
All right, well, we leave it at that.
clipping
Congratulations on
videos for
the marathon
YouTube,
match.
yeah,
Wanna
that's
get
when
your rest.
I'm gonna
Good luck.
take time to
Thanks,
review, like you said.
Guys?
Congratulations, Zoe. And again, brackets. Let's just.
Let's have a look in the women's section. Both champions bracket and the elimination will start with the champions bracket. So it's Carissa Yip with the white pieces against Tatev Abrahamian. Alice Lee will have white pieces against Zoe Tang. Are we going to have a look at the elimination? Not yet. We don't have it.
Right.
And let's
Open champions bracket?
we did look at it. It was,
We did.
Yes. What about predictions, Yasser? Are you happy?
Oh, I think I messed it up.
No.
Oh, so I'm so sorry. I forgot.
I mean,
No, I messed it up.
I thought you picked Carissa.
no, I picked.
Okay, my guys are doing great.
Fabi.
Well, I like
Okay, one of my Fabi was just very, very popular
Var
choice.
had a tough day.
The
because
last
both
spot
LeBron
before
and
you
Anna
went to
moved
the end?
the elimination bracket today.
Exactly. But you were
Me and Maurice are doing very well.
yeah, Yasser, you forgot about your favorite commentator. I mean, you did pretty well today.
You see how it is? He's gonna lord it over me. Go ahead,
Oh,
Maurice.
you know that's gonna
every
happen.
dog gets a day in the sun.
Yasser, you and I are the vets of this commentary team. We go all the way back to the 80s. We've forgotten more than these young folks can remember.
True that.
Great fun as always, and a fun day
You got a
today
pawn
for
fork
sure.
on
Just
E6,
really
like,
exciting chess. We love the decisive games. Just so many decisive games. Beautiful fights, terrific fights, and then the playoffs. This tournament gives
these are things.
everything
Yeah, I
you
just.
could hope for.
How long
and
have
it
you
all
been
happens on
playing?
the same day. So more the same.
It's got like I hope you've been playing for like 40 years or something. That'll
It's
make me feel a
absolutely
little bit
wonderful
better.
day. Always great to call the action with
The
you.
Blitz
and
woke
Maurice.
us
You
up
better
too,
been
right?
playing for like a half a
Like
century
that
or
adrenaline.
something.
I feel
going.
energized. I'm kind of sad there's not an
I kind of
Armageddon.
feel like I was the one playing.
Feels good.
Well, thank you everyone for
Dude,
watching.
yeah,
and
it's
join
really
us
hard to
again
play like
tomorrow
you though,
for
because you already
another
know
day
it
of
all. Like it
Champions
takes
bracket and
time for me to
elimination
see
bracket as
stuff,
well.
and then I get flagged.
This has been a presentation of the St. Louis Chess Club. Any reproduction or distribution of this content without the express written consent of the St. Louis Chess Club is prohibited. Elite Chess is back and better than ever at the 2026 American Cup in St. Louis. 2 sections of the country's top players will battle in a double elimination knockout for incredible cash prizes and ultimate bragging rights. Can returning favorites dominate, or will new royalty be crowned? Follow the action online or in person at the beautifully renovated St. Louis Chess Club. Don't miss the 2026 American Cup March 3rd through the 12th in St. Louis, the chess capital of America. Visit stlouischessclub.org to learn more and purchase your spectator ticket today.
Fuck. I'm a little tired, dude. I've been going for 2 hours, but I also used to play a lot. Yeah, AK, I've been playing on and off, honestly. You actually have more games than me. That's annoying. You could have kept that out. But I also used to play a lot of bots, which helped me start recognizing checkmating and forking patterns. Trial by failure, yeah. I still miss stuff a lot. I feel you. Damn, I got more games than you, though. Well, I play a lot, but that's what gets so annoying too. The amount of practice I put in, but I guess I don't practice. Just because you practice doesn't mean you practice well. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you would say. This is gonna be my last one though, dude. I really gotta take a break, and then I also gotta keep these videos shorter lengths. Well, I mean I guess I just gotta get better at editing too. But yeah, it was kind of a nightmare. And I found I found the video with your pawn run, but it's giving me trouble trying to make it into a short. But yeah, I found it. It's funny. I hated you for all that day. Got him. Lacy. You saw me coming. Do. Doesn't mean I can't go there. Even though Secure is gonna say that was a wasted move or something. It probably was, but yeah, it was a wasted move. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you don't like when I play that. Well, no, I get frustrated too. I guess there's a difference. I get extremely frustrated. Hmm. Oh my god, is this happening? Oh, that would have been so fucking aggravating. No way. I was gonna say. Oh, you see what I'm saying though? You see what I'm saying though? Even down to like, oh my goodness, like a half a second and they still are like fucking giving me, like, making me sweat. It's crazy. And then I don't know. I'm all in my head. Alright. Alright, next game I lose, I'm gonna wrap up. Next game I lose. Oh, gosh. Should have stuck to checkers. That's a good thing. No, he can't get Scarlet at least. Oh my god, he has another one. Oh, I thought that was checkmate. That looked pretty good. Hmm. He resigned. That didn't make any sense. I mean, we'll take it. Okay, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, winning streak. We might get. We'll see. This might be the. This might be the run, dude. This might be the run we needed. Just needed those kind words from you. Man, dude, this is boring. Jesus Christ, dude. Now you want to resign. God damn. Ooh. Well, I mean, I would have done the same thing, but I wouldn't have done it so slow. I would have pre-moved and all that. Have a little pep in your step. I don't know what to do about this. I think watch this secure. I think I got something. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Cause he could just slide over. It's not gonna work, he's too far away. Nothing? Gotta move the key. That was a really big deal. That was a really big deal. Okay. No, Dalvin. Stupid. Hold on, pup. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. That was kind of dumb. Hmm. Come on. Come on. Are you still with me, Secure? Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Please still be with me. Please still be with me. No! 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 I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, pup. Oh, I was so close. That was stupid of me. I know, Secure. Don't say it. I know that was dumb. Alright, we can still do this. Somehow. God, that was so dumb. No. That was so stupid of me. Come on, pup. Not right now. Let me get this fork right here. This will change a lot. Come on, please. Let me get this fork. Of course not. Why? Like why? Why would I get the fork? That's not how shit's supposed to work out. Holy shit. Let's go, secured! Let's go! Let's go! Fuck! Ah, yes! Oh! Ah! Oh! That feels so good. We did it, girl. We did it, secured. We did it. That's dedication. Thank you. You're the real one. You're the winner. Oh, I really was down on myself. All right, you gotta give me a chance. I gotta talk to the people. Come on, down. Down, down, down. Hey, literally, come on. Now you're doing too much. I can't even find my... Ah! It's craziness out here. It's craziness. Oh. All right, we got it. Oh, that was huge. That was huge. Oh, that was huge, dude. With the blundered queen, out the gate. Let me calm this dog down. Down. Come on, girl, down. I know you're excited, but you're gonna break my stuff. Oh no! Stop. Come on, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. I'll celebrate with you later. Go lay down. Oh, that was huge. Hello? Cool. Wow, that was huge. All right, and I gotta go pick up my cat from the vet. That was, whew, my heart's still racing. Okay, yeah, thanks for sticking with me on that, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. We finally got the 4 that I really needed. I think a lot. Oh, yeah, I didn't want to see another, letdown again. Okay, I'm gonna head out. Whew, try to get my, heart, heart rate down, and then I'll be back later just because oh, that made my day. I'll catch y'all. So, move with reason and review your games. I learned that from a wise man. All right, I'll catch y'all.